Hey, I'm Kenneth WAJDA. I'm a professional photographer here in Colorado. Welcome to another one of my weekly photo talks about gear and real experiences with gear. So today I'm going to talk about the Nikon F100. If I have to compare this to the D610 I talked about a couple weeks ago, there's something I didn't realize. The D610 and the F100 both share the ability to use G lenses. So I can back button focus, and this becomes identical to the D610 except for its shooting film. And I'm always looking for ways that I love the smallness of a Leica that I can put in my pocket. And I can have a camera with me without bringing a case or a strap or anything. If I'm going out at night, I love putting a camera in my pocket. But this camera can match my D610 digital as a film body, doing identical to what the digital body does, back button focus, and just as quick. I can shoot that quick. And that's something that I can't do with my Leicas. Now, I question that sometimes I think I want him to take an extra second to focus the Leica because I believe that the glass is so good and I'm really enthusiastic about the quality of that I'm not trying to get close focus, I'm trying to get correct focus. And the idea of using autofocus, if I'm going to use autofocus, the F100 feels like it's so much like the D610 as far as, form factor. And it lets me just point and shoot. And the idea that I can do that, it feels like that Robert Frank quickness where people talked about he could just kind of be walking along, he sees something, he points and he shoots. Well, I can do that with this because it's got back button focus. It's a 28 millimeter lens. It's instant focus. It's a G lens, so it's quick and quiet. And it's not hunting like a D lens, which has the screw drive, which you probably take a little longer to get focus. And I didn't realize that the G lenses work with the F100. So the F100 is really, I think, an amazing camera. I would love to get my hands on an F6 at a bargain someday, but those never seem to come around. But the F100, I have gotten a few of those on bargain. And that's a camera that I think I can be as stealth and quick as I could with the D610 digital. And I always question when I see something, if it's the Leica might be all set for exposure. It might be all set for ready to pick up and just do a quick focus of. But I'm taking a couple extra split seconds. I'm like checking it and then I'm shooting. With the digital, I don't. I just point the camera and it's like, okay, here we go. Shoot. Back button focus, instant. Well, I can get that same speed out of the film camera, and now that's becoming my latest version of how can I work as fast with film as I do with digital? Because I want film to be, medium format I tend to make portraits with, and I slowly create portraits that I really want to make. And 4x5 I consciously set up and I create with. But 35 I want to be looser with. 35 is for being able to just grab things. If my friends are having a laugh, I want to be able to grab it. And I can grab it right now with the digital. I'm so used to doing it that I sometimes don't, in that same situation where the Leica 3 or the Leica M2 is sitting next to the digital and they're having that laugh, I automatically reach for the D610 because it's so quick. But now this is going to be one that replaces it because this is one that I think I can match the speed on. So I'll have to report back with photos down the road. Now, I shot a lot with this in the past. There was a point when I was doing the Roy Stryker project where it was only allowed that you had to submit film photos. So I was shooting everything with film. But I didn't feel like I was, maybe because I was shooting longer lenses like 50s, maybe because I was using an older lens. It didn't feel like I was getting the speed that I got with the digital. But this might happen now, and I'm looking forward to keeping that G lens on there, just bringing this D610 body with a 50, 1.4. Now I've got a digital body with a fast 50, and I can swap that out for this lens. And now with those two cameras, I can pretty much shoot anything. on the quick, which is what I look for. I'm a documentary guy. I'm a people guy. I'm a street guy. Maybe I'll even shoot some street with it. All right, that's today's photography talk. See, we're always working on getting new ideas. We're always developing. Nothing is ever finished. You never arrive. The beauty of art is there is no destination. It's just a constant journey. And people who just want to arrive and be done, there's a secret. There is no done. There is no arrival. This is the fun part. This is all arrival. Being on that journey gets to say, hey, look what I'm doing now. Oh, look at this. Hey, I have an idea. As Salvador Dali used to say, he woke up in the morning and thought, hey, another day to be Dali. That's the beauty of art. And the ability to make photographs is an ever-changing thing. Tomorrow I might be taking out the Leica and no film, no digital at all. And another day I'm taking out the D610 and nothing else. It varies by the day. It varies by what I'm shooting and what we're inspired by. That's the beauty of art. All right, that's today's photography talk for real. If you're enjoying these, hit the subscribe button. If you can support, hit the Patreon. I'll be back next week. We'll talk, or a couple weeks, we'll talk more gear photography. As always, here's the good light.